name is Carrie, and I'm going to be teaching y'all how to make fudge today. One of the reasons why I wanted to do this topic was because ever since I can remember as a little girl, one of my favorite memories was learning how to cook with my mom and her best friend. I can remember around the same time of year, we'd always go over to her friend's house. She owned a candy shop, so she knew how to make, fudge and pralines and all of that. And they would make chocolate fudge and peanut butter fudge and just all these types of desserts. And my favorite was the chocolate fudge, and I would be their taste tester. Fudge is actually really hard to make. It's a very long process. So my mom just now recently, because of this project, taught me how to do it. And I will begin. The materials that you're going to need is a Teflon coated pot, a wooden spoon, a candy thermometer, and measuring cups and tablespoons, and a pan. So when you're done, you can put it in there. Some extra materials, just in case that are not mandatory, is a bowl of water and a knife, so once the mixture dries, it's easier to cut more clearly. Now, the ingredients you're going to need depends on whether you make chocolate or peanut butter fudge. If you make chocolate fudge, you're going to need chocolate chips and vanilla, and if you make peanut butter fudge, you're just going to need peanut butter. But if you are but for all of it, you need corn syrup, sugar, and evaporated milk. If you're going to need 1/4 cup of corn syrup, 3½ sticks of parquet, and the reason why we use parquet, it's a margarine, it's not an actual butter, is because butter boils and would burn very fast, and the parquet takes a little while because you have to slowly mix it. You're going to have to pour 1/2 bag of mini marshmallows, a tablespoon of vanilla, and that's when you put in your chocolate. If you're going to make the chocolate fudge, which is what I did. And then you can put in peanut butter if you'd like to. Alright, the next process that you're going to do is you're going to stir it. And this takes forever because it has to be at the perfect temperature for it to be able to not be gritty. Actually, mine turned out gritty, so I'm really sorry. But you just have to stir it. It takes almost 15 to 20 minutes to make sure, so it's a long process. The next part is a candy thermometer. I don't know if a lot of people have a candy thermometer, but once you start stirring it and it starts getting heated, you stick your thermometer in there, and once it reaches, softball, which is something that's on the thermometer, that's when you automatically have to move the pot from the heat or else it'll start to burn, and you pour it into your pan. Once you pour it into your pan, it almost takes 6 to 7 hours for it to completely harden. And so you can't eat it right away, which is really frustrating because that's what you want to do. And I actually like fudge when it's not completely cool and it's just a little gooey. Okay, in conclusion, what you have to do is you gather all your materials, make sure you have a good space, because you have a lot of ingredients and materials you have to use. And then you have to make sure you watch the temperature, because if it gets too hot, you'll have to completely start over again. You have to pour each thing in at one at a time. You just pour the evaporated milk, butter, sugar first. That's all you pour in first, and then after, once you decide what type of fudge you make, you put the vanilla and chocolate or peanut butter. And yes, and now I have some chocolate fudge for y'all. I made peanut butter and chocolate, but the peanut butter is actually very, very gooey, so you can try it, but it won't be very good. And then the chocolate's a little pretty.